And here we go into our first match of the day. First off, for red, Legio Lepidoptera Leviathan, we see the Fluffy Moth Magnate with left side Mercury Artemis Mark II Heavy Flak and a right side Gatling Artemis Heavy Carronade. Their ally is the GFA Chalydra, Lumberjack Judgment, Dual Artemis paired with Huacha. For their opponent's blue, the Glowwater Thralls bringing a phase. Lumberjack on the front of this Corsair with Gatling Huacha flanking either side. And a rear Harpoon. Finally, their ally, the Alien Dragonfly, Shrike with dual Gats and dual Huachas. As you see, already Lumberjack shots raining in from the Corsair, utilizing a very low approach. The Corsair is a very large balloon, so it's going to be very effective at dodging the three Artemis, blocking the incoming disable damage from the three Artemis that red team currently packing. But now close range guns hitting the Fluffy Moth. Armor is down, no explosive follow up just yet. Phase being forced out of the fight from some disabling Artemis fire. You see 2 engines down, 4 guns down on the Corsair, as well as Chalydra turns their focus to the blue ships. Alien Dragonfly forced to peel off, help their ally with the red Judgment. Chalydra bumping against the map, taking a little bit of balloon damage. Phase still trying to dodge those Artemis shots. And I think Corsair might... No, going to keep their balloon. Alien Dragonflies. Left side Huacha coming in clutch here. And now trying to strafe around. Gatling coming out. Not going to be an armor break just yet. Next Gatling clip probably will be able to finish it off as the Judgment desperately tries to turn around. They do get Huacha and Arc. A great connection on the Alien Dragonfly, but unfortunately Corsair losing the duel with the Fluffy Moth. 2 heavily damaged from their engagement with the Chalydra, moving the Fluffy Moth able to pick up that kill for Legio Lepidoptera. That is one of the weaknesses as we see Alien Dragonfly. They're disengaging. They're out of here, popping that moonshine. Corsair, I'll talk a bit about the Corsair. It's the most recent ship, as we switch camera here, to be added to the game. You'll see gun placements here. 1 forward facing heavy weapon with light and heavies on either side. And it's a ship that has a lot of durability. Okay. Lot of high armor and health values, as well as close range mobility and high vertical acceleration for some reason. So it's a ship that's very powerful if it's able to close the distance. It's just able to sustain for a very long time and packs quite a bit of close range firepower. The main weakness of the ship is it has only the single forward-facing weapon, so in any kind of a medium to long-range engagement, if it's forced to disengage, if it takes a bad Huacha barrage, starts losing its engines, is unable to maintain a positional advantage in the close range because it's lost its mobility, and is forced into a medium or long-range engagement, the Corsair gets easily outgunned by other ships that have trifectas or even in some cases quadfectas available to them. So they definitely do not want to sit at range against either the Fluffy Moth or the Chalydra, and I think that's what we saw there, is just they were unable to deal with the damage output from the red Magnate. Now, currently blue team looks like Alien Dragonfly is spotted, FaZe is not, and they're splitting up quite a bit. Switching camera back to the Corsair, taking this very easterly approach to where Red's encampment is, while Alien Dragonfly in center map distracting their opponents. Now, see how quickly Legio Lepidoptera does get the spot, because it has been... Of course, they're trying to hide here, but I think they... Well, let's see. There are a lot of clouds. I'm trying to get a sense of what Red's visibility into the Corsair's location is going to be. And with these clouds in the way, I think they're not currently in the dark is red team as to the Corsair's location. However, given that it's been a very long time since they've had a spot on the Corsair, and they've just been seeing the alien dragonfly dancing around, it should be pretty obvious to red that the ally blue ship is sneaking around somewhere. So I would hope that they are being vigilant here. We'll probably actually just zoom in, see what players are doing in regards to trying to get spots. And yeah, this is a classic Glowwater Thralls wide flank. Look at a phase in the very northeastern corner of the map. And Lepidoptera is scared. They're backing up. They don't know where the Corsair is going to be trying to hit them from, so they're moving into a position where they have a little more global visibility, a little bit farther away from the clouds. And here we go, alien dragonfly moving in, phase moving in as well. Let's see, how long is it going to take red team to spot? Look at that. Look at that cloud. This is perfect. This cloud, the position of this cloud, this flank, this pincer attack is set up perfectly. That Lepidoptera is not going to be able to see the Corsair until the last possible moment. Now, alien dragonfly is taking Artemis shots, so it may be a little bit difficult for blue team to actually be able to engage together to synchronize their attack, as alien dragonfly is going to have to be rebuilding their guns. And finally, lumberjack shots coming out from the phase, revealing themselves, leaving concealment, targeting first the fluffy moth. Looks like going to be getting a balloon disable on the red magnate, but suddenly dual focus, long-range dual focus from Lepidoptera hitting the phase as alien dragonfly moves in from behind. First target going to be the Chalydra, as left side fluffy moth going for a ram, bumping the dragonfly down, taking down their balloon. Alien dragonfly having to moonshine away, forced out of their, you would consider the rear of a judgment to be a great position for a Shrike to be in, but the fluffy moth just bullying the Shrike away. And alien dragonfly is forced to disengage, trading positions with their ship as the Corsair moves in. Another Watcha barrage. First quarter of that shot going into the balloon, but the rest of the connections are excellent. The judgment almost fully disabled, and now alien dragonfly is going to try to move back in. And we could see here a true dual focus from the Glowwater Thralls as we get an armor break. One Watcha coming out, two Watchas. A lot of it going into the balloon once again because of the judgment's low position. So they're just barely unable to finish off the judgment in that volley. Armor goes down. I think judgment might be too low for the Watcha to connect, but I think this is probably going to be it for the Chalydra. Once his Gatling finishes it off, yeah, armored down. Watcha comes out. They get the kill. Fluffy Moth taking damage in the background as well. And there we go. You bully my ally, Fluffy Moth. I'm going to bully you back. And that's a second point for Glowwater Thralls. Really very strong engagement. I called it a classic Glowwater Thralls tactic, that two-sided pincer attack. It's what they've been known for years. Glowwater Thralls a very strategic, let's say a tactically minded team. They very much go for slightly uncommon positional based plays rather than, some of the Glowwater Thralls have been around for a long time. A lot of these guys have been playing since 2013, 2014. They were in the golden age of Guns of Icarus. Glowwater Thralls were really considered one of the tactical innovators of this game. And while so you compare them to some of the other teams, they maybe don't necessarily have the, let's say, strongest gunning mechanics compared to maybe the Skyborn or the Storm Riders, but they try to make up for it in piloting prowess and in creativity in the style of their play. Now, we do see both red ships have spawned back in. Alien Dragonfly maybe caught a little unaware as they try to run. Already a lot of long-range fire coming out. Shrike gonna definitely want to keep those engines up. Very important. You can see here as well, Itro engineer on the Shrike bringing that fail-safe kit. Gonna help them keep those engines up. They are able to safely get behind cover, disengage. As red team slowly inching forward. This is the position that Corsair was in earlier, where at the start of the flanking play, and as you see there, a lot of clouds here. So a good position for the Glowwater Thralls to be in. The cloud's going to be let them shake those spots, make it a little bit difficult for the gunners of Legio Lepidoptera to track that long-range fire. As FaZe just charges in out of nowhere with a Hwacha barrage. 4 guns down on the Chalydra. Alien Dragonfly once again moving in. Fluffy Moth turning. I feel like we haven't seen a lot of close range fire from the Fluffy Moth just yet. And being turned around. Oh no, dual focus once again from the Glowwater Thralls. Armor down on the Fluffy Moth. Chalydra, they've rebuilt most of their guns, trying to split their fire between the Corsair and Alien Dragonfly. Dragonfly lets loose the Hwacha, hitting the Chalydra, taking down the Lumberjack. The most important gun available to the Judgment at this point. Because now we see unarmored Hwacha connections hitting the Red Judgment. Corsair backs off. I think there must have been a few heavy carronade shots, although now they've moved into position to dual focus the Judgment. Heavy carronade able to take down the Corsair's balloon. So Legio Lepidoptera pushing their way back into this fight. Another heavy carronade shot, raising the Dragonfly. As Corsair struggles to get their balloon back up. Judgment definitely has to be careful here. They're very low health. They're facing 2 Gats and 2 Hwachas between the 2 blue ships, so if their armor goes down at any point, this is going to be a bad spot for the GFA Chalydra. But first, a disabling volley coming out from the FaZe. Armor down on the Fluffy Moth. Dragonfly not quite in position to follow up with the explosive. As we see Chalydra backing up, trying to get the Lumberjack armed again, and now facing, I think this might be it for the Red Judgment. Gatling's able to take down the armor. Looks like Dragonfly's Hwacha is down. Corsair's maybe reloading. Chalydra sitting on pixel health. And this will certainly be it. Gatling able to finish off the Judgment. 3rd point on the board for the Glowwater Thralls. And if there's if there's 2 things the Magnate is bad at, the first is disengaging from a fight. The ship is very slow. It has poor drag statistics. The other is tanking through enemy fire. It's not a very sturdy ship, so if the Fluffy Moth is able to survive the incoming volley, I would be pretty surprised. They do have a little bit of distance between them and where the Thralls are located, but Shrike is a very fast ship, and they're going to close the distance. Judgment spawns back in, but they're pretty low, popping hydrogen to try to rise up, get their guns back in arc. But I don't think they're going to be able to catch the Dragonfly with that right side Hwacha. Instead, Chalydra going for the Corsair. They do get Lumberjack gun disable on the FaZe. Artemis shots coming in, they're turning, they want to get that Hwacha into arc as well. Well, the Alien Dragonfly pretty much has free reign of the Fluffy Moth. They have this low position, so heavy carronade not going to be able to get downward arcs on the blue Shrike. Hwacha shoots up a lot better than the heavy carronade shoots down. And I think Dragonfly as well trying to strafe to the long range side of the Magnate, which would just make the whole case a lot easier. But as it stands, Watch is doing a fine job keeping the Carronade disabled, and now a little bit of permanent damage on the Fluffy Moth. I don't think Magnate is going to be able to win this 1v1, and currently both the Chalydra and Corsair are tied up with each other, and that's a big Hwacha connection as well. Another 30% permanent health chunked out. I'm waiting to see if we're ever going to get some, if Heavy Carronade is going to be able to be rebuilt, if they're able to squeak out any fire in between Hwacha barrages, but Corsair able to disengage long enough from the Judgment to follow up with a second Hwacha barrage, finishing off the Magnate, and now Glowwater Thralls on match point. Judgment a little bit better at tanking than the Magnate, but it is once again a pretty slow ship. I suspect, yeah, balloon is down. They used the hydrogen right before the balloon got popped, so they're able to gain a little bit of verticality. And a fast balloon rebuild as well. As both blue ships closing the distance, we're going to have a close-range dual focus once again. Magnate spawned in, but they're a little far away. I'm not sure they're going to be able to get back in here quickly enough to save their ally. 70% health on the Chalydra. Armor trying to rebuild, burning. Engines are down. There goes the armor again. No Hwacha ready just yet. Here it comes. Armor rebuilt again. Breaks the armor. 20% health on the Chalydra. Alien Dragonfly moving in to finish off the Judgment. And that's a 5-1 victory for Glowwater Thralls in the first round of today's round robin tournament.